Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. We are today February 16, 2017. Now, before we start off with the topic discussions of the day, I have to advise you that unfortunately my allergies has kicked in since this morning. See, what happened is that Haiti, the weather fluctuates. We are in February, and so far it's really not hot. Like right now it's hot, but like there's a little wind. And I am my body is always very fragile. If you can you see me? Yes, sorry. My body is very fragile. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to sneeze or anything. And I have my little Vicks, but this is just my excuse to you. Okay, so for today, the particular topic discussions that we are going to have is in regard to the nonprofit sector. And we are also going to talk about the world of today, the world in the 21st century. So the first topic that we are going to discuss today is the nonprofit sector. I started to work in the nonprofit sector about 5 years ago when I entered the country, approximately, I would say, after the earthquake in the year 2011. And I really didn't understand anything about it. I started to work in it randomly because the earthquake happened in Haiti in 2010, and there were a lot of nonprofit organizations who came down to help out the country. And I was in the country, so I started to volunteer with quite a few of them. I learned pretty much how the nonprofit sector worked by just working with them. So necessarily, as a matter of fact, I didn't know what was a nonprofit, how they worked, and I didn't know anything about it. I just started to work with them. And in the midst of working with them, I didn't understand the way they worked. So it was a lot of frustration. I can talk for myself when I worked with an organization and I felt like, this organization is not doing the right job. So there's a lot of commotion. And strangely enough, you guys know that I went back to the States and I ended up becoming an ambassador for a nonprofit over in Boston. And I ended up working with another nonprofit, and I really ended up understanding what exactly is a not for profit organization, how they work, and why is it that there is such a great how can I say like here in this country, and for the majority of the Haitians, when they hear that you are either working for a nonprofit or that you form a nonprofit, automatically the first thing that comes to mind is that you have money or you are coming to the country to make money. It's a very bad connotation. And further down the line, we will discuss a topic which is related again to nonprofit, but it will be titled "How the Nonprofit Changed the Game in Haiti." So right now that I am still learning the ins and outs of the non-for-profit, and I wanted to come with a video where I can share some light with you because I think that there are many organizations who are doing a great job. They are amazing, they are good, they have great intention. But I also think that there are many organizations, excuse me, their approach is just very different. Okay, so let's start because this is already 3 minutes into the videos and I want to keep it short. So let me read from my notes what I the little tips and what I have, not really tips, what I can share with you from my understanding of a non-for-profit organization and how they work. Okay, so a non-profit organization is created to provide solution to a problem. Usually it is an organization that is tax deductible. It is sustained by grants, by angel fundings, by donors, and now what we call the crowdfunding. So, if there are no problems, they cannot exist because the sole purpose of a nonprofit organization is to target solution to a particular problem. This is one of the reasons that you have many organizations in inner cities, many organizations in our countries, because they perceive that, okay, this is a country where there are various problems. So we want to create solutions in order for us to help these peoples. Now, the way a nonprofit organization works is that they are applying for grants. They also have what you call angel funding, and they also have now what you call crowdfunding, which is basically what is it again? The crowdfunding, when you register and you ask people to donate, and they have donors meaning people who have money. So who maybe you see people, who are survivor of a cancer. So now they donate a lot of money into the research for cancer, research for HIV, research for anything that they judge necessary. So big donors, okay? Please excuse me. So I say temporary solutions unless attack problems at the root. So for me, for my time working with some of these organizations, I find that there are many of them who attack. They don't really attack the problems at the roots. It's only a few of organizations that so far that I've been working with that I can judge that are really attacking any problems by the roots. And usually these organizations are smaller organizations, so they're not like big names and big organizations. Okay, the idea behind a nonprofit is always philanthropic and great. However, not all exercise great understanding of the problem at large. Neither find concrete solution to eradicate the problem. It is the truth. Currently, I have been working with an organization for the past 6 years. These people do not know me. They met me here in this country. This is an organization that I will always continue to work with. The founder is the person that you will always meet. She works in Haiti like the Haitian. She takes the motorcycle. She attacks. She knows the problems of the people that she wants to help. Now, this is one in a billion because the majority of these nonprofit organizations, you have different aspects. You actually have the workers and you have the people who sits behind the grants, behind all of the other background of these organizations. And a lot of times you find that organizations are not targeting really the problems at the roots because sometimes it's like they have a deadline or they have to raise a grant and they have to make sure that they are accounting every dime. They have to report every money. So a lot of time it's not, it takes time, guys. It takes a lot of time to have concrete solutions to any problem. So whenever you're trying to rush things out just because you need to write out the grant or just because you need to make accountable of the money that you have received, then the problem is still there. Do you understand what I mean? I hope that I am being clear because I'm trying to make sure that I don't have too much of a long video for you. All right. So, the nonprofit organizations right now, it is a new business models with the pitfall of not having longevity for sustainable progress for individuals in problem solving. This is what I feel. The nonprofit right now is a business model. Many people start doing nonprofit organization just to get grants, but I don't believe that they have a really philanthropic idea behind these organizations that they are creating. All right. So that is a problem because the nonprofit sector, to me, doesn't really give sustainable development or it doesn't help build an individual. This is why down the line we'll be talking about how the nonprofit, where are we? Okay, sorry. Down the line we will be talking about how the nonprofit changed the game. And in Haiti, we will be talking about that. Okay. So I said that if it is not exercised properly for the most part, it is not exercised properly for the most part because organizations are competing for grants. Therefore, organizations work around the money available instead of focusing on the problem at large. That is again what I judge. Okay. It is dangerous for countries such as Haiti because it doesn't help the local production, nor does it promote a real sustainability. Rather, it promotes a constant wait for donations and invite laziness to governmental organization. Hopefully, I really made myself clear with that particular. We'll dissect further down the line, especially when we start talking about how it's changing the games. All right? It is definitely part of the 21st century. However, countries such as Haiti and communities in needs should exercise much caution into inviting these organizations to work on projects designed to promote the growth of their citizens. Meaning, what am I saying by that? We okay, many are if an organization is here to support your citizen and to target a solution, it is great. However, the government of the country or citizens or leaders should be aware of these organizations and what they are here to do. How is it that your organization and the work that you're doing in our countries or in our community is actually promoting individuals' growth? If it's not, if you are in a country and you're doing something and your organization is not promoting, is not advances, there's no concrete solution, then you should not be there, period. Okay? All right. All in all, the nonprofit world should be studied closely and steadily. It can do good, but if let loose, can create more damage than initially. The government must be aware of the organization in their countries, their work, their durations, provide cost control, work alongside of them, direct them to the problem at large, to a particular problem, and mainly make sure that these organizations are providing concrete and durable solutions to the people in need. Do you understand what I mean by that? Meaning, this is why follow my page, the Haiti They Do Not Dare to Show You. There, I always share documentaries that I find. There is a particular documentary that I actually shared on that particular page where they completely dissect to you why the nonprofit world is it's completely crazy in this country because you don't have a government that is monitoring these organizations. And for the most part, you find that there are great organizations who are making really great impact, but you also find that there are many organizations who are only here to exploit the people of our country or of a particular citizen. Now, an organization has always two facets because when I talk about having they working around the budget that they have, it's kind of like this is why we are also going to be talking about business versus nonprofit, and why I strongly believe that Haiti needs a business model, not a nonprofit. It's crazy. It's already 13 minutes into the video, and I feel like there is so much that I should talk about when we talk about the nonprofit world and why is it that it is not a sustainable plan for a country's development. For any, it is not. I stand by what I say, and I'm going to have to cut this video just because it's 13 minutes into the video, but I definitely am going to come back and we're going to be talking explicitly about the chaos that is happening here in this country. Not to say that so many of these organizations are actually doing good jobs, but how it has changed the dynamics. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next where we're going to be talking about the world of